الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. صدق الله العظيم. وقال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: بني الإسلام على خمس: شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله وإقامة الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وحج البيت وصوم رمضان. صدق الرسول. أما بعد. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the privilege to be alive at this time. Allah's mercy that He has privileged us to be in His house, in the Masjid. We praise and we thank Him. For without the mercy and the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we would not be able to do anything. Everything that happens to us in this life happens by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him and we thank Him in that we have been able to witness Ramadan. And today, inshallah, whatever we will discuss more so is with Ramadan in mind. What about Ramadan? All the good things that we have done, all the thawab, all the rewards, all the boons and favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have utilized to build up our good deeds, now we have to safeguard it. So today, inshallah, we will discuss based on a narration that have reached us that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he has said more or less that every morning when a person wakes up, when a man gets up, all the limbs of his body, they make petition to the tongue, saying to the tongue, O tongue, fear Allah concerning us. For if you are straight, then we will be straight. Here straight means Siratul Mustaqim. And if you are crooked, then we also will be crooked. So let us, inshallah, be mindful of our actions and to protect the good, to protect the goods that we have gathered, the bounties that we have gathered, the blessings that we have gathered, the actions that we have gathered, to safeguard it, that it grows and it multiplies. And let us be careful, lest we destroy it. So with this in mind, inshallah, we will take a few verses from the Quran to reflect on this matter. So I'll take you back to the beginning, inshallah, from chapter 7. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us of the matter. As I remind you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He had created Adam alayhi salam, He said from verses 10, it is we who have placed you with authority on earth, provide you therewith with means for the fulfillment of your life. Small are the thanks you give, small, qalilan ma tashkurun. For this mercy, for this bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's reminding us how little thanks we give for it. It is we who created you and gave you shape. And then we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Not so Iblis. He refused to be of those who bow down. Allah said, what prevented you from bowing down when I commanded you? He said, I am better than he. You created me from fire and him from clay. I want us to make a little note mentally of this saying of Iblis. He is saying, when Allah asked him why he did not, he said, he is better. قال أنا خير منه. He is better than Adam. And why? He gave reason. He said, خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. You created me from fire, him from clay. So we go on. Allah said, get you down from here. It is not for you to be arrogant. Get out. For you are the meanest of creatures. He said, give me respite till the day they are raised up. Allah said, be among those who have respite. He said, again, take mental note. He said, because you have thrown me out of the way, I will lie in wait for them on the straight path. Who he will wait? قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم. We who are asking Allah every day, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. This enemy of Allah, our enemy, have declared the matter at the beginning. So brothers and sisters, let us be mindful and hear what he said. He said, I will assault them from before them and behind them, from their right and their left. Now will you find in most of them gratitude for your mercies? That is the point that we established today in our discussion. For the enemy has declared himself right on the beginning. And so today, inshallah, we will look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or one of the things of the many things that Allah has warned us about. This is Surah Hujurat, a beautiful surah, one that we should all study and reflect on so that we can protect ourselves. Because in this surah, many things are discussed. And among the things that are discussed are things that we can lose our goodness. In the very beginning of this surah, not the point that we are going to deal with today, but just for reference, in the second verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to the believers, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, rise not your voices above the voice of the Prophet, nor speak aloud to him in talk as you speak aloud to one another, lest your deeds become vain. It disappears, your deeds, and you do not know it. You do not understand it. So this tongue, it's a beautiful thing. Remember, there's a story about Luqman al-Hakim, salam, that when he had presented one of the things, the tongue, it is the most beautiful thing, and it can be the worst thing. Today we are reminding ourselves, warning ourselves about where we can lapse and fall. So the verses that I want to deal with is just two, Surah Hujurat, verses 11 and 12. Brothers and sisters, it is important that we keep in mind that Ramadan has just left us. And there is a natural thing, because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had reported to us that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had restrained the devils. The shayateen, they were restrained, they were held back. So we were all heart and soul for the mercy of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, keeping our fast, giving our zakah, giving charity, sadaqah, reaching out, asking forgiveness, being nice and kind to our families and our friends. We are doing only good things because why? The reward was up. The rate of return for one good deed has been multiplied many times. So that is in our bank. That is secure. That we have. But remember Iblis, what he said? He said, I will wait for them. And so as soon as Ramadan leaves us, we take a relax. When we relax, what happens? All the senses of our natural, you hear about the senses cult, the cult that the people that live for their senses, whatever they desire, they want to look, they want to see, they want to hear, they want to taste, they want to go. We want so many things. It's going crazy right now in the country because many of the restrictions are being relaxed. No more covering up, no more restrictions. We are free again. Shaitan is waiting not for them, they are already in his company, but for us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, and we should ask ourselves and judge ourselves if we are part of this, if we are falling into this category or these traps. I'm not blaming you, my brothers and sisters, please. The idea is to awaken our consciousness that we are not out of the woods yet, meaning we have to secure ourselves still. We are encouraged to keep a few days more fasting this month and to continue. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says as a warning, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, let not some men among you laugh at others. It may be that the latter are better than the former, nor let some women laugh at others. It may be that the latter, the ones who are laughing, it may be those who they are laughing at is better than them. Nor defame, nor be sarcastic to each other, nor call each other by offensive nicknames. Ill-seeming is a name connoting wickedness to be used after one has believed, and those who do not desist are doing wrong. Remember, Shaitan says when he was told, why didn't you bow down? He said, Ana khayr minhum. I am better than him. Now Allah is reminding us, be careful with your dealings with each other, because we use our basic common sense that we have and our limited knowledge to what? To look at people and judge people. And in this, the waswasa stirs up. And sometimes a brother or a sister might make a little mistake. Maybe that mistake might be in speech, maybe in appearance, maybe lacking in one way or the other. And straight away we jump. We jump up because we are free from that mistake. And so what? We let go with our tongues. We berate them. We insult them. We belittle them. Sometimes when we can't help it, we are sarcastic to them. Brothers and sisters, these are part of our everyday normal behavior. None of us are free from this because why? Shaitan says he is waiting for us. So let us be alert. Let us be mindful. Let us be mindful not to look at another person thinking that I am better than that person. No man or no woman should look at a man or a woman and make the assumption that I am better than him, because this is the statement of Shaitan. I am better than him. I am better than them. My family is better than their family. My house is better than their. Whatever Allah has blessed us with, let us give praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for those who do not have, don't look up and insult those who have either. Turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Him for His bounties. Whatever they have, say, MashaAllah, Allah have blessed them. Don't say, let's see what you got. Let's see, rob somebody. We make this mistake every time. Brothers and sisters, let us remind ourselves and our families. Let us hold this tongue, lest it destroy us. Some people on the day of Qiyamah will be walking on their faces because why? Because of the earnings of the tongue. And again, we continue. O you who believe, avoid suspicion as much as possible. Avoid suspicion. Why? Because suspicion can lead to being sin. Suspicion is the waswasu. Unless you have authority to investigate a situation, if it is not within your authority, don't assume. There is a beautiful story that we can share, mashallah. We have it. There is a story of a sheikh. He reported as his own story that he was walking. He was walking along the way where people were relaxing, and he saw a man and a woman. They were drinking from the same utensil. And he was saying, look at these shameless people. You know, why they have to be like that in the open. Assuming whatever he assumed in his heart, until investigation revealed that it was a mother and a son. It was a mother and a son sharing the affection. Halal, it is well. But because the waswaso is following us, he is where? In front of us, our right, our left, behind us. Whatever we will hear, the first thing that will come based on our environment is negative. It depends who you're going to see first, and then they will create that kind of action or reaction. So Allah says, avoid it. And spy not on each other. Not only to avoid the suspicion, but don't go about spying on your brothers and sisters. Don't go about eavesdropping on them. Don't go about trying to find where their flaws are. These are part of the society. The gossip. What is gossip? And rumors? It is those things that are sweet in the beginning, and then it spreads. It is said that it is one of the things that thickens. It gathers more as it spreads. Normally you spread something, it thins out. But gossip, wrongdoings, it gathers up. It picks up along the way. And if we are the ones who started, are we going to be able to pay? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, on the day of Qiyamah, there will be some people who will be bankrupt. Who is a bankrupt person, he asked him. Who is a bankrupt person? Is a one who doesn't have anything naturally. A bankrupt person who has lost all his goods, whatever he had. He said on the day of Qiyamah, the bankrupt person will be that person who will come with mountains of good. Salah, zakah, fasting, hajj, sadaqah, whatever. But what? His tongue. He would have wronged people. He would have been unjust. And what would happen? He will have to repay with his deeds, his good deeds. And so at the end of his being repaying this one and that one because of the wrong, he would be left with no good deeds. This is what we are reminding ourselves to protect ourselves. And then he said, would any of you like to eat the flesh of his dead brother? No, you would abhor it, but fear Allah, for Allah is of returning, merciful. Brothers and sisters, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam exemplified for his companions what is meant to eat the flesh of the dead brother. There was an incident of a young person who had committed adultery, and it bothered him. And he came to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and asked that he be punished because he was feeling so guilty, he wanted to be punished for his wrong. And so Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ordered that they stone him. And they stoned him and he died. And so there were two people who talked about the matter, saying, listen to what they were saying. They were saying that this person, because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was turning away when this person was saying, "O Messenger of Allah, I have committed adultery." So he was turning his face. He made sure that he let this person understand what he was saying. And he insists, yes, I have done it. And so he was punished for it, so that he wanted that this sin be wiped away from him. And so these two persons saying afterwards that, you know what, that man, Allah has shared him, but he insisted. And for this talk of theirs, as they were moving along, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw a rotten donkey, a donkey that had died and it was rotting. And he said, where are those two people who are saying so? So he told them, get down and eat. Get down and eat from it. Because what you had said is worse than that. So brothers and sisters, let us understand what it means to have to eat rotten, stinking meat, more so of a brother. You're looking at this person and you know him and he's dead. This is the reward of the actions of our tongues. If we are not mindful and careful, let us not do this. Because not only are we going to be destroyed, it destroys our good deeds. And so I remind myself and you about these little reminders. Because the surah continues about the brotherhood and explaining to us that the best of us is who? The one who is best in character. The one who has the best character. And the best character was sent in the example of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He came to perfect the character. And among the things that are not in his character is to use our tongues loosely. Rather, let us continue with the amals of Ramadan. Let us recite and recite more of Quran. Let us look into his way of life. Let us remind each other. Let us keep a few days fast. Let us continue good relations with our family, in immediate family and extended family. Let us be mindful. Brother President was saying just now about our brothers and sisters who are suffering around the world. Let it bother us. It has to bother us. And then Allah's mercy will come upon us when we make effort to continue on the Siratul Mustaqim. And remember, last reminder, Satan, he will say one day, I fear Allah. I only call you. I couldn't make you do anything you didn't want to do. Allah has recorded it for us. But by then it will be too late for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me and you and have mercy upon us. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم أستغفر الله لي ولكم أجمعين إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين. اللهم اغفر لي حينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وانسانا. اللهم من أحيته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم ودعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وجل وحمد وتم وأكبر. آخر دعوانا الحمد لله وأقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة.